Right, well, here we are. We are in a match here in round 2 in the Virtual 9-Ball World Championship of 2025. I was at dinner. I checked the schedule for today. There's a match that's been arranged for tomorrow, which I intend to do at 1 p.m. But this match was not in the schedule. So these guys have clearly decided at the last minute to set it all up. And Bill and Matt actually sent me a message, but my phone was upstairs. My phone was upstairs while I was downstairs getting my dinner. So not only did I have my dinner, but I had to have a nap as well. So when I got upstairs, it actually took me a little while before I checked my phone, and then I realised this was going ahead. So it started, I believe, at the top of the hour, and thanks to the messages from Matt and Bill, but all to no avail. I wasn't there at the time. I don't carry my phone everywhere with me, but we're here anyway. So looking at the score, Matt's got a 4-rack lead. And remember, this is a race to 19. Let's see if I can get YouTube on my phone. Anyway, if there's anybody out there watching, sorry I'm late, but welcome. Yeah, the on-screen chat is working. Welcome to Cobra. Yeah, but it isn't working until the chat bot gets connected. It takes a minute or two for the chat bot to connect. Well, oh no, I don't want what you've recorded. That's a bit pointless, because how am I going to knit that together to a live stream? And bear in mind, yes, I could, but I can't be asked. But thanks anyway. Yeah, there's a match tomorrow. I finish work early tomorrow, and there is a match at 1 p.m. between Acero and Bedhead, which should be a good one. Obviously, it's that sort of time because of the big time zone difference between the two. And then we have that match with Cold as Pillow and Interchange X Sunday afternoon. I should be there for that as well. I certainly won't be there for the Pull Kabouter Viking match. That's too late. Well, Larry's got to try and stay with Matt. He's got ball in hand, but it's not an easy table, so he's going for the combo. Forgot the sound. Oh, that's great. Yeah, I was sleeping. That's what I said. I had my dinner. I had a snooze. I would have been up a lot sooner if I hadn't had a snooze. But we're here anyway, so we'll get the majority of this. So Larry got the combo. He's back to within 3 racks. Ball in the break. I think he can get most of the 2. He's jacking up here, but he's got to watch the pace of this, that it does get most of the ball, which it has done. Now this cue ball wants to land on top of the 4, if that's the 4 on the right-hand side there, which it is in the middle pocket, right side pocket anyway. So the cue ball wants to run into that, I think, with this angle. It looks like it. unless he's putting a bit of hold in the cue ball. But the 5 ball's blocking the side pocket. In fact, he's trying to run through and get in a line. That's not bad. That'll work. No, I haven't had a cup of... Well, yes, I did have a cup of coffee, as a matter of fact, but it's that then sent me to sleep. That caffeine kick and the fact that I've just had my dinner sent me to sleep. I watched some of it, but most of it was crap. I saw some good saves by the Tottenham goalkeeper late on, but other than that, I think it was pretty much not really worth watching. We've got the Champions League on Saturday night, I think. Champions League final. I wonder if that's in council telly, or is it still on the bloody satellite? You have to try and get a stream. In fact, tell a lie, it'll be on YouTube as well, I think. I think they stream it live on YouTube, the Champions League final. Well, Larry's comeback is no more. Matt's going to stretch it to 4. I started a live stream this afternoon. Spud Boy was there, but it was a huge, a big map combo in Eurotruck. And I think I mentioned at the beginning of the stream that be aware that this could crash at any time. Strange things happen, and then boom, it crashed. I think it's fixed now, though. I think it was something to do with the load order, but anyway. Touch wood, we're here and everything's okay at the moment. Oh, Matt having to kick. And this is not easy because of the path that he's looking for. He's played that very well. Excellent shot. Unlucky the fact it didn't go in. But Larry now, this is a must. This is a must. We keep saying it all the time. Yeah, welcome to Pop, man. If you're ever going to be a contender for one of these titles, when you have tables and opportunities like this, they have to go. You can't be wasting them. So just hold the cue ball, but not too much. I think he wants to get a reasonable angle in this 6 ball, because all you want to do is dab this in and drop down for the 7. He just needs to hold the cue ball a wee bit, just like that. Just to stop the cue ball leaking away too far. Now, this needs a little hold again. Now, is he going to go 2 rails? Got to go 2 rails and make sure he doesn't overhit it and scratch in the bottom right-hand corner. And scratch in the bottom right-hand corner. I think he's okay, just. Well, Larry could do with a hit here. He could do with a hit. A ball and a shot. Try and put Matt under some pressure. Staying with him. But as usual, not a sniff. Nothing doing. And Matt's got a shot in the 1, but it's going to be tricky. Is that the 1 or the 9 that's in the rail? Well, that's the 1. I thought that was the 1 there. So, no shot on, but to duck. But I'm not convinced he's actually really ducked that well. Well, he has, but I think Larry's got a feather edge of that 1, but he's probably going to go for the kick. Try and kick this in. Nice gap there between the 4 and the 8. Should hit this every day of the week, as long as he doesn't go at the rail too soon and hit the knuckle. But there's always a fair chance that these can kick in. And that's well played. Very well played. I think the replay's working. I'll double check that again. I didn't get time to get everything set up. Everything was in a rush. So it was. And of course, Larry kicks it in, and what does he end up doing? Getting hooked. And he's missed the hit. And, you know, these are the type of things that happen that can stifle the flow. You're trying to get into a little run of racks if you can, but a bad roll of the ball and he's in trouble. And Matt with ball in hand. Now, the tricky shot is going to be getting on the 6 to get to the 7. I mean, there's going to be loads of room in the table to get to the 7, but it all hinges on how good you are in the 6. And I mean, the most obvious rule is get to this bottom half of the table where this 8 ball is. You want to get there. He doesn't want to go too straight. He's just going to have to roll through, but he's going to be close to the rail at that angle. And now he's going to have to work the cue ball a bit. He might have to jack up, try and cut this in and hold it off the short rail. No, he's running forward. He had the angle. Panic over. So this again could be 2 rails, possibly 3. And the mistake has been made. So Larry needs to be all over this like a rash. It's a bit straight as well, this. No, he hasn't. He's got an angle. He can work that. He can go forward and hit it hard enough and check it if he wants to bring it back the same side. But he's got to watch the side pocket going that way. And he's played that well. Well, that's a bit of an unexpected opportunity for Larry, getting a second bite at the cherry there in this rack. But it does bring him back to within 2. So we might still have a match on here. And he's got something in the side pocket. I don't know what it was. It was a 6 ball, a shot in the 1, angle in the 1 to come down for the 2. And all the balls are on. There's nothing needs moving. They all have a pocket. Now, the obvious place this is going to go wrong is in that top left-hand corner of the table. He wants to go straight up the middle of the table if he can. Doesn't want to go left side. He could interfere with these balls up there, and he's gone middle of the table, getting pretty close to the 3, but that will do. Has he got any angle he can work with to get up for the 4? Yes, he has. He's going to have to hit this, though. But this 4 has got pretty much a full pocket past the 8, but you've really got to get pretty good on it. And that's not bad. Well, he might just stop the cue ball on this. I don't know whether he wants to run this cue ball and take that risk, or whether he wants to just hold this and stop it and leave a longer kick, a longer cut in this 5 ball. Well, he's checking this up. Oh, now, I'll tell you something. The fact that he hit the 9 ball there actually took some pace off that cue ball. That cue ball could have been down below the 5 and not really having a decent shot. He overhit that. But he had to overhit it because he was putting the left-hand English on it, because the left-hand English is the thing that checks and kills the cue ball in the rail. So it's difficult to judge that extra pace. But he got a rub of the 9 ball, and that just helped him slightly. This needs to bounce, Larry. This needs to bounce. He's left that way short. Look at the table. Look, now there's a shot where he could have overhit that by a country mile and ended up there. And what does he do? He underhits it. That's a pretty poor shot to do that. Looks as if he's going for the bank. Well, he does at the moment anyway. And it's gone in. But that was not a good shot there, but he's managed to dig himself out a hole. And he's back to within one. He was not fine sitting in that. He had all that table to come into to have a shot in that. He was not fine on it at all. Let's call a spade here. Let's not bullshit around the bush. It was a poor shot. Well, he's got a ball again. The 8 ball's gone, and he's got a wide open table. I mean, this is a sort of, well, I say wide open. I think the 3 looks a bit ropey. Yeah, the 3's very tight past the 5. It does go into this side pocket, so you've just got to get on it one way or another. And he's going top right as he overcooked it. Oh, again, he's got a bit of a fortunate bump there. I don't think he played for the bump. Again, I think he overhit it. But take what you can get if you can get away with it. Now, if he's playing this 5 and going 2 rails out into the table for the 6, he's got to hit it. He could go forward a couple of rails, avoid the 9 ball. I think, I don't know whether that's the line he's looking for. He's avoiding the 9 ball. And don't leave yourself too straight in the 7. In fact, he wants to be actually inside the 7 slightly. He's going the other way, so he's going to be coming down or drawing. I mean, let me have a look and see what he's got here. Yeah, I'll just draw off that to avoid scratching. Well, this has ended up being a good couple of racks for Larry. Larry pouncing on the mistake that Matt made, missing that 8 ball. And I think this is the end result. It's kept going. Larry's got another rack in the board. We are all square. Have you had... I've not been out the door. But Bill Browning, is he one of the original owners of the company? Is he died? That didn't make the BBC news, unfortunately, so I never heard about that. No, I haven't been out of the house. But I will be I'll be in the vicinity of Browning's tomorrow, and I might get a chicken curry pie. Good evening, welcome to Mark. Or the original founder, was it? No doubt he'll have a family and he'll have descendants that'll run the ship. I don't know how Matt got to the table. Was Larry's break dry? Because I wasn't paying attention. I was too busy reading that chat there. But Matt is back at the table. But he's ended up hooking himself in the 4. And this is how the fortunes can change very slightly. And all of a sudden, Larry's coming to the table again with a wide open table. Everything there ready to be cherry-picked. Do you have Clark's pie in Scotland? Never heard of it. I mean, the Browning's, the baker, is just a local bakery in Kilmarnock. They've got like 2 or 3 outlets in the town, and they've been there all my life. As long as I can remember, they've been there. There's always been a Brownings, the Bakers. There's one at the top end of the town. Well, I say the top end of the town. It's not quite the top end of the town, but that's the one I go to. There's one right at the bottom end of Kilmarnock, but again, it's not quite at the bottom end either. And there used to be a third one. I don't know whether there's still a third one, but there's certainly two that I know of. But I don't get into the town centre that often now, so I don't know what's coming and going. But meanwhile, Larry is going to find himself in the lead here in a minute. Yeah, they do supply Aldi's. Oh, their haggis, what is it? Steak and haggis pies are good. Their chicken curry pies are good. Their Forfar Bridies, not the Forfar Bridies, the steak bridie that they do is good. Yeah. And they do a great big, huge rolling sausage as well, square sausage. So, Larry from the USA against MC_Clarkey representing the United Kingdom, brackets, or open brackets, England, closed brackets. A slender one-rack lead, and Larry looking to duck for cover, and that looks pretty good to me. That's excellent. I think the wee Browning Baker that I go into, there's a kick in from Matt. That's a bonus. He's not particularly great in the 3-ball, but they've got a little oven, a little warmer that they keep, a number of pies and bridies, and then so you can always go in and pick one up warm. Oh, that's backfired even more. He's hooked again on the 3. And Matt's not getting a roll of the ball at the moment, and I think that's why things have just changed slightly, and he almost kicked that one in as well. So here's Larry with another great chance to pinch this rack. You were obsessed with Grub 12 hours ago. What was that this morning? What were we talking about this morning? I can't remember. I can't remember 2 hours ago, let alone 12 hours ago. All I remember is in the last 2 days I've had one game of Cowboy, all because Jim's not around and no bugger had set a room. And I got up this morning thinking I wasn't going to get a game today. I never got one yesterday. Yeah, my belly was empty this morning. That ruins my thought process, getting up in the morning and starving. Anyway, welcome. We arrived late because we didn't know this one was on, and because we had dinner, and because we were having a nap, and because I hadn't seen my phone. Oh yeah, that was the thing is, I think what was even more hilarious was the fact that I don't think Diablo was paying attention, and he just decided to pot a ball. And I think Krusty get well pissed off and disappeared. Elvis has left the building, he'd gone. What do you mean, which one is Hugh? Well, swings and roundabouts here. It's Matt that's looking like he's taking the lead again. Well, we might be going the full distance with this, boys. We might be going there. Get yourself ready for the long haul. Now, if you are around tomorrow afternoon, i.e. that you're unemployed or retired in the UK, then you can join us for the match with Acero in Bedhead that goes ahead at 1 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. I should be around for that. I do have to, once I finish my work, I have to do my big shop, pay some bills, get fed, and then I should be here. Everything going according to plan. Meanwhile, Larry back at the table. Now, this is tricky, but he's got to try and get up to that 5 ball. The danger there is overhitting it, and he's played it at a nice pace. 3 ball over the top left-hand corner pocket. 4 ball has gone, so his next shot is on the 5. He's got to have a look at this 3 ball in the pocket. He's got to have a look at it, because that's just a wee bit tricky, but he's okay. He's come out good. I need to have a drink before I have a cough. Hang on. How much discount do you get? I think it's 15% we get. Excuse me. It's 15% we get tomorrow, because tomorrow's payday. And the other thing that landed through the door the other day, I've got £9 worth of vouchers. So my weekly shop tomorrow is going to have a good whacking discount on it, which comes in very handy, I have to say. But the problem with that is that whenever it comes round to payday, and I happen to land up with these vouchers as well, it's a straight, they're 2 £4.50 discount vouchers off my shop. So that's £9 coming off that. The 15% coming off my shop overall. I still end up getting more stuff, because I know it's costing me less. You know what I mean? I don't get the same volume of stuff. I'll get something fancier just because I'm getting a fair lump sum off the top whack price. I need to remember to put those vouchers in my wallet. I've left them lying out in front of the television. I haven't got them in my wallet yet before I leave the house tomorrow. There's nothing more bloody annoying than doing that. Well, we are neck and neck here at the moment. And I think Larry's overcooked it. Hang on, that's the wrong bloody button. Yeah, he's overcooked it for the 4, but he's got 2 rails around the corner now. This is the make or break shot right now, this 4 ball. You should get some veg and fruit. What is it, in a bloody health kick mood or what? No. I mean, sod the fruit when you can have a rolling square sausage and brown sauce. I'll tell you, you get up in the morning and you have a grapefruit and tell me how good you feel and how full that you feel. And then have a fried egg roll or something like that with brown sauce, and then tell me how you feel. It's like night and day. All that vegetation gives you nothing but wind, and it certainly doesn't set you up for a day at work. I'm certainly not a vegetarian. I've ate vegetarian stuff. Some of it can be a hit or a miss. Well, there's a big mistake from Larry and a gift for Matt. 5 ball in the left side, 2 ball in the bottom left corner. Little cut in the 1. And this is tricky because he's got to sort of try and kill the cue ball to have the shot in the 3, which he's done. 4 ball right on the middle of the table. So a chance for Matt here to open that gap again. Yeah, we do all that rabbit food stuff, Linda McCartney stuff and all that. We do that, all of it. Yeah, like I said, I've had the occasional vegetarian thing, and they've been okay, but I always get an empty feeling when I'm eating them. You know, that, you know, there's not an awful lot in them. I don't know what the nourishment level is that you get out of these things, but I just don't feel it actually fills you. Well, we do have the gap. Matt, 11-9 in front. And the 1 ball in the right side this time, I think that was the 2 ball in the bottom right. Shot in the 3. What else is gone? The 5 ball is gone, and the gap between the 9 and the 6 allows the 4 to go. And that cue ball, well, he's actually overcut the 3. What a mistake that is. And this is allowing Larry to stay in it. Oh, Matt could regret these unforced errors at the wrong time, because the last time it happened, Larry got himself in front, got himself back in it, got in front. He's going to have to do this all over again. It's deja vu. No, I don't think... Hobnobs are never a biscuit I've ever really went out my way to buy. Chocolate digestives, my Tunnocks tea cakes, I've got a box of them sitting. They're a must. Got to get a box of Tunnocks tea cakes. Your four-fingered Kit Kat, I've got them because I like them with a cup of coffee. What else? Well, generally it's whatever biscuits are on offer. I don't buy anything that hasn't got the club card price on it, because it's still a rip-off either way, but I don't buy... I just buy whatever's doing the rounds, generally speaking. God almighty. Lemon puffs, we used to sell them in the store, but I haven't seen them. I think the only ones you could get were in the sort of Polish section at one time. Yeah, I've had lemon puffs over the years, but they're a bit of a rarity now. They are a bit of a rarity. I think they're hard to get your hands on. So, well, I hope that was a push out. Oh dear, that's a terrible mistake from Larry. What a terrible shot that was. Again, that's a trackball mouse. I'm telling you. The trackball mouse is no good for delicate little shots. Larry fails time and time again on stuff like that, and he's just done it again at quite an important part of the match. And I'm going to cough again, so I need to get a drink. Well, that was, just a total out of the blue, horrible mistake by Larry. And instead of having a chance to get back all square, he's gifted Matt the opportunity. And, well, the day's got to come where Larry finally sees the light and just gets a cheap mouse, because that's all you need for VP4. You don't need something with 25 buttons and 10,000 DPI. Anything will do, but anything but a trackball. Well, I don't go to farm foods. I've never been in farm foods. Never been near the place. Well, how much is that going to cost you, Larry? Because it could cost you the match. It's 12-10 to Matt. 2-ball gets bumped in off the cue ball. Shot in the 1, and the 3-ball is in the open. The one that will decide this rack is the 3 to the 4. If it gets that, then everything else should fall into place. I think he's got himself 2 straight in the 3. Well, he's got a slight angle. He might be able to stun across and leave a dodgy cut between the 8 and the 9 here. No, he's going forward, but again, when he's putting that English on the cue ball, you're pushing the object ball into the jaws. He's not getting compensating for the angle and the left English there, and he's hung the 3 again. You've got to make that adjustment. But Larry's got the same problem, trying to get to the 4. And this could be all to no avail unless he gets really lucky here with a kick. Because Matt's probably not going to get punished for that mistake. Larry hooking himself. The 4 was always awkward to get to, and he needs a roll of the ball. Oh, he's maybe got it. He has maybe got it. I mean, yes, there's a combo on. It's definitely not a gimme. And all of a sudden, this is a big shot. Yeah, very, very dodgy to judge that. Well, if you're brave, you play this with right English, and you stun that in, and you go 1, 2, 3, and down there for the 5. That's a shot. I'd play that to show off. That's a shot I would play. Right English, cut the 4 into the top right. 1, 2, 3. I wouldn't do this though, Larry. Oh, well, that was a shot. And he's not quite got away with it. So the cut is on. And he's not going to be ideal in the 5 either. Welcome to miasma. Yeah, I've never been in farm foods. I mean, I presume it's all frozen stuff they sell in that, I think. I'm pretty certain that's what it is, a freezer shop, but I've never been near it, never set foot in it. Well, it was tough to ask Matt to get that 5. It was not easy, and Larry breathes again. And I think it's so important that he takes this out, makes up for the blunder that he made earlier. Now, this is where I would just either go off the rail and across, back across, or just stun it and hold the cue ball, play the 8 into the left side. And that's what he's doing. You've got short options there. It's just whatever you're comfortable with. Now, you've got to jack up and hold the cue ball here unless you know that you're missing the 9. Well, the path was clearly nowhere near that. You can't see that from this angle instead of going round and following the cue all the time, but I'm trying to judge it from a 2-dimensional perspective, but it's always tricky. So rack number 24, Larry breaking, and I think he's breaking dry. But he's left as much distance as you can between that cue ball and the one. But there's places to hide this cue ball here. And well, wait a minute here. Matt is going to have to bump the 9. I don't know that he needs to bump it hard. He just needs to bump it and push the 2 towards the pocket. That's what he has to do here. This has to come out good. And it hasn't. I mean, he's still got a cut. No doubt about that. He'll be going for it. His problem now is can he get the cut, come up the table and miss the traffic and get back into the table for the 3? He's just missed the 6. He's back into the table for the 3. Well, now, same problem. He wants to collide with the 5. He can dig in deep here. If he gets this too good, things could go pear-shaped very quickly here. He's trying to do an evasive manoeuvre here and avoid a collision. And I've got the hiccups now that I've had a drink. And that was the danger, is drawn into that too good and scratching, but he hasn't. He's avoided it. And now he's got to decide whether he's stayed above the 6 or below the 6. I think my voice is going to go. And he's just stayed above it. I need to get another drink. This game is giving me Bill Clarkey vibes. Why, what happened with that? Because I can't remember. I probably streamed it, but I can't remember. But it looks like Larry. Now, here's another problem. This shot here, it needs a little nip back off the 8. Don't overcook it. The angle is not great. I see he's trying to sort of kill it, and he knew the danger there. The danger there was holding that cue ball just that bit too good and get into the side pocket, and in the end he sort of chickened out a wee bit, but he's managed to dig himself out that hole. So that's twice Larry's had to get himself back in par, and well, he doesn't want to shoot himself in the foot at this stage in the match. He's got himself in it. Well, time will come where you'll forget things as well. If you hang around long enough, you'll start to forget things. You'll walk into rooms and wonder why you walked into the room. Well, the 4 wiped its feet. And he's dodgy on the 5. Extremely dodgy. He's dodgy whatever way you look at it. Watch this cue ball. It's got to nip in. This cue ball might bump into the 6 here. And then again, he's taking evasive manoeuvres again, but this is making the shot even more difficult. He is still no good on the 6, and the 9 ball's in the way of the bank. Now what does he do? I mean, this is ugly. Whatever angle you look at this shot, it cuts into the side, no doubt about that. And if he plays it 100%, he's got to remember the pace in the cue ball, because the pace in the cue ball has to be there to get the 6 to the hole to start with. But the cue ball could run loose and end up nowhere in the 7. Yeah, he's overcut it. Well, again, Larry trying to get away from Matt. He's failed to do so. And Matt is going to pinch this one. So if the match started on the nail at 7 o'clock, we're an hour and 5 minutes into it. Couple of balls in the break for Matt. He's got a shot, albeit not comfortable, on the one. And if he wants to draw back and play to the two, he's going to have to play a bit of a tricky combo in doing that. Now he's trying to get the other side of the two. Well, that bump in the two's done him no harm. It's bumped it into a cuttable position. And the 3 balls up table. He's avoided the scratch. And he should be good to go here to regain the lead. Sorry, not regain the lead, regain the 2-rack lead. So that's twice. Larry's been behind, got back into it, immediately loses it in the next rack. And not only that, Matt is going to capitalise here as well and get the 2-rack gap again. But going back to that little roll shot that Larry played earlier on in the match there, that was a sucker mistake. Trying to roll the cue ball dead and then not getting to a rail. He's done that over the years on more than one occasion. And we all know why. But stuff like that, you know, mistakes that you should never be making like that are costly. And Matt's break has given him a couple of balls. The 1 and the 3 have gone. The 4. And the table, again, wide open. And this could be the break that Matt is going to need to put Larry to the sword. The gap looks very likely it's going to go to 3. In fact, Matt's as much to blame as well, in part because he's made stupid mistakes at the wrong time, just when he has been threatening to pull away, and Larry's been allowed to get back in it 2 or 3 times. So this might be the final coup de grace about to take place here. We're not quite at the finishing line, but, you know, Matt's heading to a 3-rack lead, and Larry's running out of racks. Well, Larry's now at the mercy of what Matt's going to do. It looks as if it's dry. But Larry's now again at that stage where he has to take all these opportunities and get out. Now, there's immediate danger here. If he pots the 1 and the 2, that's fine. If he goes up table for the 3, he might have to leave that as a long cut unless he takes a huge risk in trying to come up this side and can end up hooking himself. If he leaves himself the long cut in the 3, he's either going to have to try and play it dead weight and hold for the 4 or come up and down the table for the 4. So, well, has he got there? Well, he's not quite. I mean, that'll cut, but again, it's the cue ball running loose. And that's no good. He can't see any of the 4. I was thinking he might be able to play the cross bank there, but he can't. He's just got to kick and hope. Well, I'll tell you something. I would believe in Larry a lot more, and I think he would himself if he had an ordinary mouse instead of that shitty trackball thing. And he's missed the ball completely. And Larry's now staring at 4 racks down with not many to play. And Matt just going to be 3 away from the next round. I think it'll be round 3, that as well. Larry's now going to need Matt's assistance, I think. Well, the answer to that is you can't play with it. They're horrible to try and judge the weight of a shot. And they are horrible for dinky little tricky shots that you can play with a mouse no problem. They're so unreliable in that sense. But Matt is now coming on strong at the right time. This is when you want to do it. He's going to be 3 away and breaking. And Larry could be done for here. It's going to need a major change in fortunes now for Larry to get back in this. Right, dry break for a start. But a ball has gone in. And it's the 6th ball and a shot in the 1. 2's adjacent. 3's up and down. And the 4 ball's the problem. Now, if he gets really straight on this 3, he can roll the 3 in and drop behind the 4. I think that's what he's trying. I don't know whether that he can still work with that. He's running behind the 4. Yeah, he's playing at the other corner. That'll work. Can play the 5. And, well, it'll be a billiard in the 9, I think, looking at this, because I don't think the 8 goes. Well, it's sort of, let's be honest, it doesn't really go. You're not playing to get on the 8. You've got to play the billiard. That's way too tight and there's not enough room. I think you've got to play the billiard. And I think if he gets himself to the right rail, the long rail, he can easily, I think, play the billiard. Let me have a look. Well, I can't see where that 9 ball is going to be missed, but it looks as if he's trying to get on this 8. Well, I'm not convinced that that was the wisest move that he'll ever do there. I think, well, first of all, if that's what he was trying to do, he's overhit it. Now he's trying to duck. And all he's done is gifted it to Larry. Well, that all went wrong because Matt didn't play the right shot. He should have just got himself to the rail and played the billiard. He tried to get too good and overhit it. So there's a mistake that's given Larry the lifeline. I don't know why he did that. I don't know what he saw in doing it, whether he just overhit it or whether he thought he would get really good in the 8 ball and pass the 9 by doing it. It was just silly. You've got to increase your odds in getting out. And I don't think that was the shot that did that. And meanwhile, Larry's had a couple of balls to break. And, well, they're all there. And the major problem he has is that he can't miss anything now. He can't allow for self-inflicted damage here. Everything has to go. Well, the question I want to ask is why do people subscribe to your channel and then unsubscribe? Somebody answer that question. I think I checked. I checked earlier today. I think I had 705 subscribers yesterday, and now today I've got 704. Do people spend their lives going round YouTube subscribing to people and then just unsubscribing? Or only subscribe for an afternoon and then bugger off? Oh, I don't care who I annoy you either. You either take me as I am or go elsewhere. Go to Shooter's Pool. Well, Larry bailed out there. He got the bank. Desperate bank by Larry. Well, is this the third and final revival from Larry? He's still 2 behind with the break. Well, the break is good. Oh, that 4-ball wiped at his feet and stayed up. And a 1-ball in the middle of the table. And Matt is going to roll through. He's got to roll through far enough to leave the cut and be able to see the cut in the 2, unless he wants to leave a bank. Well, that's about as good as he could do there. I mean, he could have went a wee bit further, but let's be honest, you'd probably err on the safer side. He's got the shot. Now, this 4-ball could be tricky, even though the 5 is right in the middle of the 6 and 8 here. This could be tricky at judging how to come out this corner. Oh dear, it's a lot trickier now. He's hooked. Well, that's a great effort from Matt. But Larry's got his chance again. Well, it's still tricky, this 4-ball to the 5, with an unreliable trackball mouse. Well, he's going to have to stun this in or go to the long rail and out. He's going to have to do one or the other. And again, putting the left English on it. You know, he's not made the alignment adjustment there. He put the left English on it and he's missed a sitter of a 5-ball. And that is sayonara, Larry. That's a fatal mistake. If you start pinching with left English on a shot, if you don't make that allowance for the change in angle of the cue ball, you're going to overcut it and send it to a jaw like that and hang them. And Matt's done a couple of them in the match. And Larry's at it. Excuse me. Larry's doing it at the wrong time. Well, I think Larry's just killed any opportunity there of getting back in it now. There's that line of the balls again. Well, I'll be glad when this is all over because I don't think my voice is going to hold out much longer. And what's more, Matt's put him in a heap of trouble. Well, remember what I said, when Larry's behind like that, he can't afford any unforced error at all, and that was a howler at 3-ball. A howler and a half it was. And, well, Matt's going to have his chance to get to the hill. I'm not seeing that conversation on my phone. No, I think it's the fact that I'm talking and my vocal cords are getting dry. The room's warm. My vocal cords are getting dry, and then it just, it just irritates when you start coughing. Which is why I've got a 5-litre bottle of water sitting next to me. Well, Matt's not far away from being on the hill. This is the one that has suddenly become very tricky here. He might just take his medicine here and roll this 6-ball in and bump the 8 and leave the cut in the 7, because if he tries to do a lot more, he could be doomed to failure. He's okay, he can see it. I'll tell you what makes me hungry. Watching Beards Meat Food on YouTube. I was watching one of his videos this morning, and he was eating something like, I don't know how many bloody omelettes. He was it was omelettes. It was like a mountain of omelettes he was eating. I don't know how the hell he puts that stuff away like that. And then he always asks for a dessert at the end of it. I mean, where the hell does he put that stuff? And what the hell does his shits look like the next morning? That's what I'm asking. I mean, I don't think he's very big built, but my God, the way he just stuffs stuff into his face. No, I couldn't do that. I couldn't eat that. I mean, oh no. And he's eating, what was the other one? He was eating something. It was a big breakfast. He was eating this thing that had umpteen bloody bits of bacon and burgers and all sorts of stuff, beans, you name it, it had it. I've never seen him fail in one yet. Mind you, I don't think he uploads them, the ones that he fails on, but everything I've seen him do, he always eats it. He was okay. You know what it was? You know the one I saw the other day. Also, he was at he was at Harry Ramsden's in Blackpool, which set me thinking: how many Harry Ramsdens are left the country? And because the one we had in Glasgow shut down many moons ago, and there's, as far as I know, there's no longer a Harry Ramsden in Scotland. The map that I saw showed there was only 7 Harry Ramsdens left in the UK, and I think they're all in England. Probably the most popular one's the one in Blackpool. But anyway, Matt is over the line by 19 racks to 14. We'll have a quick look at the bracket. Well, Larry, get rid of the trackball, I keep telling you, because it costs you again. Let's have a quick check here. Right, so just to remind you, Pulkabouter Viking, that's tonight at 9 p.m. What time is it? It's about another 35 minutes. We've got a Cerro and Bedhead scheduled for tomorrow afternoon, British summertime, 1 p.m., 1300 hours tomorrow afternoon. I will be there for that. And then we've got Coldest Pillow and Interchange X on Sunday afternoon at 4 p.m. I should be there for that. If we look, we can see Matt is now through to round 3, and he's waiting on the winner of Popman and Stubb in round 3, so that'll be interesting, that one. We have Spectre Dawn through to round 3. after his comfortable win over Mr. Fox, 19 racks to 7. We've got that match, as I mentioned, with Bedhead and Acero tomorrow, and the winner of that will play Spectre Dawn in round 3. We've got Bill in round 3 after, again, a comfortable win with Quagmire, and Bill's waiting on the winner of Cobra and Albinario, and they've got until May the 29th, what's that, another 6 days or something like that to get that match played, so there's plenty of time yet. They'll sort something out. But anyway, that's who Bill will play next round. And then finally down here, we've got One Pocket Slim in round 3, and he's waiting on the winner of that Coldest Pillow Interchange X match on Sunday. So it could be a USA-Wales round 3 match, or it could be all USA. We'll see how that goes come the weekend. Right, folks. Well, we were late. We're late and get there, but we got the vast majority of it. Well done to Matt. Get rid of the trackball, Larry, and good luck on the one-loss side. So I'll bid you good night, folks, before the voice goes all together. Take care, and we'll see you again very soon. See you later.